What's up, y'all? I'm Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut. Thanks for coming back for yet another week. So today, quick shout out to my buddy Jake the Lawn Kid. He likes to always say to start your videos with a nice cup of black, which is what I'm doing here. By the way, he and I filmed a couple videos together over the last couple weeks, and I think a couple of them you guys would enjoy. So I'm gonna link those below, and I'll also link them up there in the eye. Check out that collab that Jake the Lawn Kid and I did. Now, this week I actually feel like I'm coming to you for a few different reasons, but there's one main reason that I'll address up here at the front and then, put a bow on it here at the back of the video, and that is, there has been a lot of negativity across the community, and it's been building, and I really feel like I want to address it before it gets out of hand. And so that's what I'm going to talk about here towards the end of the video, because I've got actually a lot of really good tips for you on board today. And in fact, the first thing I want to do is show you, if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, I think it's been 4 or 5 weeks ago now, I'll put the date down here, I actually took a drive through the neighborhood here. It was when we were facing what I was calling a drought, a severe dry spell, and I was showing you how bad some of these lawns were. And in that time, I promised you, I said, I will come back here during the rainy season and you will see just how awesome these lawns have recovered, the majority of them being St. Augustine. So let's go now and look at how some of these lawns have recovered, realizing that the majority of what they have gotten is just proper irrigation through lots and lots of rain. In fact, too much rain. But also most of these lawns, they are treated by professional lawn companies, so they do have some nutrition, some soil health, things like that. So with that, let's check out these awesome St. Augustine lawns before and after the drought and into the rainy season. All right, here's one that was really hit hard. You can see mostly back, few thin spots though, but mostly coming back. Look at around here. Look at around here. Now, can you see the darker spot up there? That's a spot that was damaged during the drought. In other words, the St. Augustine went pretty far back. Now you can see from the photo, I'm not gonna stop and get you a close-up, but you can see from the photo there that it's filled back in, but what a lot of has filled back in there is actually wild Bermuda. And that's one of the things, when you don't keep a strong turf stand, it's Thunderdome in there. Remember my analogy from last week? It's like turf Thunderdome, and something else will move in that case, allowing that St. Augustine to get that dormant like that. It allowed an opportunity for the wild Bermuda to rush in. So what's the number one takeaway here? Well, the number one takeaway here is that water is really the most important thing when it comes to any lawn. You can see how these lawns have recovered just from water. Now, there is a way though to hedge your bets, to keep things looking better and better, or to help your lawn get through periods that may come as a struggle. As you guys know, over the last few weeks, at least here in Florida, we've had tons and tons of rain. I've talked about it in the last couple of videos. I also did let my lawn get overgrown. And by the way, I wanted to talk to you there about a lesson I learned. I mowed one half of the lawn. You guys saw a link to that video. It was like 10 inches tall. I mowed that with the Greenworks 28-inch Pro, they call it, battery mower. And what I did was I bagged the clippings. So I took it all the way up to the top setting, which is like 4 inches, and I bagged the clippings. And I can tell you, the lawn came out 100% unscathed. In the past, when I would do overgrown mows, I would be stubborn and I would mulch, because my thought was, I want to get these clippings back into the lawn. I want to recycle the nutrients back to the soil, right? And that's a good thing, and that is why we mulch 99% of the time. However, some guys were telling me, look, man, you have to bag when you're overgrown. And so I did it this time, and just incredible. Now, it's a pain that I did lose those clippings. Those are gone forever from my ecosystem here, and I don't like that, but it is what it is. I had to do it, and I can tell you that my lawn suffered zero effects from being overgrown. The other half, I mowed with the Toro Super Recycler, which was even a couple days later, and same thing, caught the clippings. Both mowers, though, did really well. Cut through perfectly well, had no problems at all. So, you know, I only use good mowers anyway, but I just wanted to go through and say that that's one of those things I learned is when you have an overgrown mow, for sure you want to bag on that first mow on the overgrown. Now, as far as what I've been doing for the lawn and spraying, I want to show you what I've been doing here, what I've been putting on the lawn. Now, you guys have to realize none of this stuff is required. I'm just somebody that likes to spray. I like to put stuff into the lawn, and I know that a lot of you guys are like that too. You get going and you're just like, I want to feed the soil. I want to give it something good. And there are some things that I've been running as a regimen this summer that I also believe are contributing to how nice my lawn looks. By the way, let's look at the zoysia. Look at how nice the zoysia is looking. Now, it was also overgrown, but it didn't grow near as fast as the St. Augustine, so it wasn't really such a rough cut. You can see it's already going back to seed. I just cut it 3 days ago. Seed head's already coming back out, but I will typically run my zoysia taller, up to 3.5 inches during the summer anyway, and you can see it's responding nicely. It's beautiful. I can't say enough about this Empire zoysia. It's beautiful grass, and it definitely needs a cut today, so we'll get that done, but beaut. So these are the products that I've kind of come to this summer that I'm just kind of moving around with. I've been really playing around with this Green Fight and microgreen combination. This is the liquid stress blend. You've seen we have a granular stress blend that people love that works great, but some of you prefer liquid. That's what this is. You put these two together. That's what I've been running out in front in the St. Augustine, and it's just been looking great. Then I'll put in some CK here and there, back and forth, because I just another great star for summer. And then dethatch. I've had some rough mows, so I run some dethatch. And that's rough mows where I've been stubborn and mulched, and I shouldn't have. And I've showed you those in videos too. So I'm gonna run some dethatch. In fact, that's what I'm gonna run today is a little dethatch. But that's what I've been running with that regimen, just kind of different combinations here back and forth. So yeah, pretty much every lawn looks good right now, but mine still remains superior. Even after I've abused it with all these bad cuts and all kinds of things, it still looks better because I take care of it and I take care of my soil. And so you can see throughout this video, I hope I've showed you guys that St. Augustine grass especially, but also zoysia and the other warm season grasses are extremely resilient. They can overcome anything. And this is the summer when they're running. So if you have warm season turf, St. Augustine, zoysia, Bermuda, Centipede too, and Bahia to an extent, they are all growing right now. This is the time to make sure you're putting in the most inputs, you're putting in the most effort with them, because this is when you're gonna make the biggest strides, unlike our cool season friends that are kind of resting right now in the summer. And that's where I wanna kind of get back to now this piece of negativity that I mentioned in the very beginning. You see, what happens this time of year, every year in July, is I become a little bit nostalgic. The lawn season is just about half over. People are in tough transition times, and sometimes the frustration comes out in places where it shouldn't.
Listen, you know, I know how it feels to struggle in the lawn in July. I'm right there with you. Just this month, I've suffered major damage from circus animals on my project lawn, as well as an unhinging of light poles at the Freedom Factory that caused major unrepairable damage to my beautiful Pro Vista. All while I'm handcuffed here in the midst of a fertilizer ban, so I literally have no nitrogen to drive my bus. And if that wasn't enough, someone actually pooped in my front lawn. It's not all bad. I've actually been taking my own advice and just mowing through it, controlling my controllables, hoping for the best, just knowing that greener grass awaits if I will persevere through these tough times. Thing is, I was doing really well. My mental health was in a good place. I was feeling positive about the week ahead. And then I got an email from Doug in Yellow Springs, Ohio. Dear Lawn Care Nut, thanks for all you do for the DIY community. My lawn dominates because of you. Funny thing happened that I wanted to share. You know, I brought my family to Disney World in Orlando last week, and we stayed at a local resort there. We had a nice view of a lake in the back, surrounded by grass. And I was curious, and so I asked and found out that all the grass around that lake was the same as you have, St. Augustine grass. And man, that stuff is so crunchy and scratchy. It literally feels like it's cutting your feet when you walk on it. Now I totally know why everyone calls it crabgrass. Crab emoji. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. I thought it was funny. Thanks again for all you do. Throw her down and I'll see you in the lawn. Doug.
And look, Doug didn't mean anything bad by it, but I was highly offended by that. And what you guys have to understand is, again, we have the same tough season you do. We have the same struggles that you do wherever you are. And when you get to the summertime like this and things are tough, and I got to hear my grass talked about in this manner, it gets to a point where I have to address it. And so I'm just asking, y'all let up on us a little bit. Give us a little bit of a break here in the summer. Let us enjoy our big, beautiful, fat, chubby St. Aug, and stop calling it crabgrass and stop telling me all these stories about when you come to Disney, because I really don't care. I have beautiful grass. I love my grass, and I want to teach you to do the same. You love the one you're with. With that, let's get into this week's sunset. I hope you guys have a great week. Hope you hit that like button, because maybe I clickbaited you and made you smile a little bit. And I'll see you in the lawn.